Houston Police Officers Pension System is a local government pension system. Obviously, by the name, we are responsible for servicing Houston police officers. So we have about 8,000 members. That includes survivors, active police officers, as well as retired police officers. And we provide retirement, death, disability benefits to members and their survivors. The challenge that brought us to this point of needing to go out and get a custom application built was our current application that administers all the benefits. We run into issues of the information was not centralized. We had information stored in Excel spreadsheets, other databases outside the system, so we didn't have one place where we maintained all our information. It wasn't scalable. We weren't able to add. Recently, we had some new benefit provisions that were added to the plan, and we weren't able to easily go in and update those without a lot of custom programming. The version that we're on is out of date. The database also needed a new version, and so there were going to be pretty significant costs involved in upgrading all of those. So we decided or looked at the option of building our own application from scratch so that we can maintain it ourselves and not be relying upon a third party for ongoing support and development. So the problems we were facing that impacted us providing services to members, we weren't able to. A lot of times people would call and it would take us longer to look up information, or to say we'd have to get back with them because we'd have to go look at many different places to get the full picture. We also ran into issues where some of the information and the calculations that the system is providing were not being done correctly by the system due to different application, development errors or bugs in the system, and so it was causing errors to be developed, and we would have to then do outside calculations to validate the system's calculations. And so we ran into a lot of times where we would ignore what the system was doing and just do it manually. We looked at upgrading the current application, we looked at going with another off-the-shelf product, and we looked at custom development. And when looking at all three of those, they were the cost for custom development was not larger than the cost to either upgrade or go with another off-the-shelf product. But the benefits that we received with a custom application, meaning that the application was built for exactly our business model rather than having to fit into someone else's, far outweighed any cost difference. The solution that HPOPS came up with in working with Catapult to overcome our issues was to develop a custom .NET application using WPF, building it from scratch and replacing existing application and building upon it to build in all these other features and functions that we wanted that we were currently doing outside of the system. Another measurable result of the Fusion project is maintainability. We're now going to be able to support the application internally. We've hired an internal developer to maintain the product as we go, and so that we're not relying upon a third party or some other vendor to come in and continue to upgrade and make any changes to our application. We're completely self-sufficient. One of the benefits within the communication module is the ability to reference someone else. So many times in dealing with our different vendors or the city of Houston, we're communicating about a specific member's benefit. So before we used to not be able to track that within the member, we track it with the other individual. Now we have the ability to reference the member so that when you look at the member's information, you see that you talk to XYZ vendor about that member. So you have a lot better picture of what all's gone on with that member's information. So what Catapult brought to the project was experience with the Microsoft Solutions framework around building the application, from application development, requirements gathering, testing, data migration, the whole package as far as putting our application together. Catapult brought the entire lifecycle development management to the project.